All right, it's time for Tea Time with the Queen. I'm going to get started by reading a personal bio of Mr. Justin Clark, also known as Teddy Clark. I went to college at UNC Greensboro, where I learned the proper way to construct garments and how to properly use my sewing machine that I already owned for 4 to 5 years before college. Once I learned about fit and quality sewing, I felt unstoppable. I entered contests for unique designs and truth a part of every fashion show I could find, such as Threads Annual Fashion Show, Greensboro Fashion Week, the Big Hair Ball, Hanes Brand Sustainable Challenge, Goodwill Rock the Runway, ITMA Furniture Week, and the list goes on and on. I took off from college during my fourth year of undergrad and began to attend concerts and festivals in other states. I remember going to Afro Punk Brooklyn and falling in love with a sea of black creatives and the diversity of expression. I was immediately teleported to my past life where I wore crazy clothes in high school and knew then that part of my soul has always been in New York. I became obsessed with moving to New York and began saving money to move to Brooklyn. I waited tables, braided hair, I did makeup, and designed clothes to save money. I knew that once I left, I did not want to come back to North Carolina, so I decided to go back to school and get my degree. I moved 2 months after graduation and fell in love with New York all over again. New York seemed like a whole new world from everything I knew, and I became obsessed with people, personalities, and places I saw. I began looking for jobs in fashion from retail design to, to design to styling, and I landed an internship with celebrity stylist Colin Carter, who was styling Cardi B. I worked my fingers and feet to the bones for that internship and was able to bring the Southern charm with everywhere I got invited to. I became a star intern and was invited to work with other stylists on a music video set, magazine shoots, talk show appearances, reality show filmings, and award shows. I got to work with Sophia Richie, Anake, Normani, Hennessy Carolina, Offset, and others. In all these spaces, I met so many people who saw potential in me and really liked my attitude that people began to ask more about my dreams and goals, all in fashion. Through networking and being in the right place and time, I began getting clients for tailoring. I didn't realize the easiest way to get your clothes on celebrities was to build a relationship with the stylist. It was after I worked with Ariana Grande for Law Roach that people began reaching out to me because they knew my name. Getting endorsed by Law, who is like a fashion god, helped me to get my first celebrity client, which was Tiffany Haddish, for her Like a Boss movie premiere. From there, the bookings took off. I worked as a tailor for TV shows, Netflix series, and intimate celebrity functions. My biggest client to date would have to be Zendaya. I used to watch her on Disney Channel, and she had a muse of mine for a while. It wasn't until I worked with her that I was able to realize that my dreams had come full circle and manifest. I'm living proof that dreams do come true and nothing in life can be achieved overnight. By having a good attitude, having a strong work ethic, and most importantly, trusting God, the possibilities for your life are limitless. Now, Baby Reese, take it away.
Teddy, tell us more about who you are.
So Bailey, I'm a designer from Greensboro, North Carolina, and I have always been in love with fashion from a very young age. Just being raised by a family of women also introduced me to just a lot of feminine things as far as hair and makeup and nails, and being a part of these different worlds with my family members. I really had an interest in the creative side of those things. So I decided to learn how to sew after watching my grandma sew a few things, and started to hem my own clothes and started to recreate things that I already owned. And people just kind of gravitated to me because they liked that my style was unique and different, because I was basically using different clothes to patchwork my own ideas.
Okay, that's super cool.
Okay.
Okay. When did you realize you were in love with all things fashion?
At a very early age, I learned that fashion was a tool of communication. And when I realized that I could say things to people without having to open my mouth, I really fell in love with fashion, because I've always kind of been introverted and not really knew how to express myself. So I could just walk in a room and say exactly what I wanted to say without even having to introduce myself to anybody. And I like that power that I felt from that. So, yeah, that's how I knew I was.
That is great. If you had to list what your favorite parts of fashion are, what would they be?
I would definitely say the glam is what really makes the fashion go over the edge. And when I say glam, I'm talking about the hairstylist and the makeup team, because the right hair and the right makeup and the right nails can be the perfect accessories to an outfit. And without those key pieces, the clothes kind of, I don't know, they don't really pop as much. So it's always about the overall picture. I'm pretty sure you know that being in pageant.
Yes. So you mentioned some celebrities in your bio. Remind us again some of those celebrities and what kind of work did you do for them?
So since I've been working with celebrities here in New York, I've done two main things. One of them is styling celebrities, and one of them is tailoring for celebrities. So as far as my tailoring clients, I've tailored clothes for Zendaya, Tiffany Haddish, Jamila Jamil, and Anya Taylor-Joy, who's a new popular actress. And then I've worked with far more people in styling those celebrities, and styling different celebrities like Cardi B, Ariana Grande, Tiana Taylor, Normani, Sophia Richie, Jerica. The list goes on and on. But I've definitely had more experience in styling.
Yes, those are some of my favorite celebrities.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
What is it like to work with some of those big names in the entertainment industry?
Sometimes it's a lot of pressure, especially being from the South. We don't really have that many celebrities that we just encounter all the time. You have to really make sure that you be professional and not act like a fan. And that's what really gets people to earn your respect, by just being able to come in there, do the job that you were taught to do, and to save all the extra shenanigans for a later time. These people are really busy. They meet so many different people every day, and the best thing that you can do is to give them their space and treat them like an actual person. So,
yes, that's good advice. Who would you wish to work with and hope to work with in the future?
I really like music artists, and I really want to brand myself as entertainment tailor. I would really want to work with Missy Elliott. She's really dope. Beyonce, of course, the Qween. Everybody loves B. I also like rappers like Lil Nas and Young Thug, and of course, like P. Diddy. He would be like the ultimate king to like dress in fashion. So those are some people.
If you're listening, you need to hire Teddy P.
Thank you, Bailey, for the plug.
How do you stand out from other tailors and designers?
A lot of people are not from the South here in New York, so I get to bring the Southern charm. I like to smile and really bring my warm personality to the table. And I really like to have conversations with people that are not about what they do and more about who they are. And being able to connect with people through their lifestyles or hearing about their families, I think you make more of a lasting impression. So that's what I really try to bring to the table, as opposed to leading with, oh, I have X amount of followers, or I've worked with so-and-so. I just ask them, hey, how's your day? Or, what time did you wake up to get here? And that really sparks a conversation about who they are as people versus what they do.
Okay. When you say Southern Charms, what is Southern Charms?
Southern Charm is being classy, having a smile on your face, knowing how to connect and relate with people and make people feel comfortable, because that's what the South is about. Southern comfort is definitely a thing, and people need that in their lives, and there's not enough of that out here. So I think that makes it unique.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Southern girl. Who do you think of when you are designing your custom pieces? Who is your audience?
I like to design for both men and women. I think that men deserve to feel powerful and, confident in how they look just as much as women. So my customer is the person who wants to be confident in who they are. And sometimes you need that outfit to kind of help give you that extra push. Sometimes you're not always born with confidence, or you don't always appreciate how you look, but if you dress it up the right way, you can find this new beauty within yourself.
Okay, I would love to make me a custom piece.
Oh,
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. You got it.
Do you have or plan to have your own fashion line?
Right now, I do have my own fashion line. It's called Teddy Clark. Teddy is a nickname that I was given when I was back in high school because my name is actually Justin. I used to be 300 pounds, and I had to work really hard with diet and exercise to get the weight off. And it really helped me to be a little bit more successful in fashion because I also wanted to be a model at one point. And people always called me Teddy Bear, and as I lost the weight, I kept the name Teddy to kind of remind myself, hey, remain humble and always remember where you come from, because there's still beauty in that too.
Yes, I would love, if you have some pieces for me, could you get them for me?
Yeah, I can send them right over to you.
How would you describe your style of fashion?
My fashion is very edgy. I like things that are cutting edge and that pushes boundaries. So sometimes it's a little risque. I like to show skin, and I love color. I like to blend a bunch of different colors together and create something that's unique and what you see from everyday fashion. So I wouldn't say that my clothes are wearable for everyday people, but if you definitely are looking for something show-stopping and kind of flashy, then I'm your guy.
Yes, I love flashy. I love sparkles.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sequins is my favorite fabric to work with. I'm pretty sure you know about sequins from pageants.
Yes, and just call me if you need a model.
Okay, I got you.
What fabrics do you like working with the most?
Since most of my clients are in entertainment, I find that it's easier to work with stretch fabrics just because you don't really have to worry about if it's going to fit. As long as it's stretched, it's going to hug the body and be form-fitting. But I also, like I said, like to work with sequins because I like things that kind of light up and come to life when you put lights on them. So sequins, fringe, stones, you name it. Anything with glitz, I'm all about it.
Yes, I love glitz. You mentioned working on reality show sets. Give us some names of where you made your mark on some of those shows.
So like I mentioned earlier in my bio, I was working for Cardi B stylist. His name is Colin Carter. He really helped me get my start here in New York. I appreciate him. He was working on Rhythm and Flow, which was a Netflix rap series where they were trying to find the next big rapper. And I worked pretty heavily in the production of that show, behind the scenes, dressing Cardi, sourcing different garments like shoes and earrings for different looks that she wore throughout the season for that. I've also worked on the set of Project Runway, dressing different judges, tailoring things behind the scenes for different people who would appear on the show. And, yeah, I've really been working like background work for those kind of things. So I really hope to maybe move in front of the camera at some point.
Yes. I love Rhythm and Flow. You guys got to go check that out on Netflix. It's real good.
It is a good show.
And Project Runway.
Of course.
Because you dressed those judges well.
Well, thank you. I did what I could.
Tell me more about the responsibilities you have working on set?
So I've worked on sets and different titles. Sometimes I've been an assistant stylist. Sometimes I've been just an intern. Sometimes I've been a tailor. So it depends on which set I'm actually on. If I'm responsible for styling, I would have to make sure that all the clothes arrived on set at the right time, unpack everything, take inventory, press everything out, and make sure that it's ready for the walkthrough. So when they show the celebrity what they're going to wear, everything's in proper condition. If I'm a tailor, I have to bring my own sewing machine there, my own design tools, and I measure them out. I'll take things apart from the inside and add boning or different things to add structure or change the shape, and then we sew it back together and try it on again. And if I'm an assistant stylist, then I'm pretty much helping the stylist make sure that every part of that and everybody underneath us, which would be the interns, were doing what they were supposed to do and that everything was accounted for. So I wear a lot of different hats in fashion, so it just really depends on the day.
Yes, you do a lot. You're very talented.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can.
If you had to choose a setting you like the best when designing or working in fashion, what would be your top three?
Top three, okay, I would say photo shoots, then I would say music video, and then I would say the intimate settings, which would be like a birthday party or a family dinner. So as far as the photo shoots, I like that you get to work with a lot of different people, from hair and makeup to production to the assistants to the interns, and everybody really has good energy. It's really good networking opportunities when you work on photo shoot sets. For videos, it's a little less social, but it's a little bit more rewarding because you know that what you're seeing and what you're helping with is going to be seen on YouTube or seen worldwide. So I think that's it's a lot of power in that kind of feeling. But I like probably the most the intimate settings where you go into their hotel room and their family is there and they're eating food and just talking about their life, and you really kind of get a sense of who they are as people. And I always like to connect with whoever I work for, whoever I work with, and being in those intimate settings, you do feel more like a part of their world versus that small fish I was talking about in the big pond. So,
yes, those are amazing expressions. What is your biggest challenge of being a celebrity tailor and designer?
I would definitely say being available. A lot of things with celebrity clients are last minute, so sometimes you may be at dinner with friends, and all of a sudden you get somebody calling you and say, "Hey, could you come sew this up for Tiana Taylor, or could you come do this for so and so?" And you have to decide: do I want to end what I'm doing right now in my social life and go work? And then once I do decide, okay, hey, I'm going to go to the booking, I have to leave where I am, get in the cab, go home, pack up my things, then get on the train to go to the hotel, and then make sure that I'm there on time. So it's all about being in the right place at the right time, and also being prepared ahead of time, being organized, and just also being ready, because a New York minute is basically 30 seconds in every other state. So you have to make sure that you plan your time well.
Yes, finding a balance. What projects are you currently working on?
So right now, since I've been quarantining, I've been producing a menswear line, and basically that's my way of saying I've been adding cuter stuff to my closet. But the way that I like to think about fashion is everything should tell a story, and since I've had time to be inspired, I really think that I want to pursue menswear a little bit more, because all of my former work has been in women's wear. So I think the guys deserve to have stylish clothes too.
Yes. What pieces are you designing for men?
So right now I'm working on men's jumpsuits, because that's not something that you really see that often. So one piece is for guys. I'm also working on drop crotch trousers and different types of tank tops, so that guys can have something chic to wear to the club at nighttime. That's like I said, chic and polished, but also still kind of edgy. because there's not that many clothes like that for guys. It's either you wear like a bow tie and a dress shirt, or you wear a polo. So I want to add some more range to menswear.
Okay. How have you given back to the community, and had it made a difference?
I definitely believe in giving back. Since I've been in New York and establishing my own LLC, I've actually got my own interns, and I have a couple people that
Great.
work under. Yeah, it is great. It's powerful to be a teacher and be able to show people the ropes, especially when people have taken you under their wing and done the same thing for you. So I really just want to help all young people who have a dream be great and to believe that the dream can actually happen, because dreams really do come true.
Yes, that is so awesome. What's next for you?
Well, like I said earlier, I really challenged myself to get more in front of the camera since I've been more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. So maybe auditioning for some type of design show, because there's so many different ones out there, or really just getting a contract with RuPaul, Drag Race or something like that. I think I really want to.
Yes.
You like RuPaul?
Yes.
I love RuPaul. So inspiring. And such an amazing person who definitely believes in giving back and offering a platform for people to express themselves. And that's what I want to do for my brand as well.
Yes, go for it. We'll be watching you. We'll be on your side.
Well, thank you. I need all the people I can get on my team.
Yes. In the next 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Coming from the South and coming from a small family is a really big thing to me. I want to have my own family, and I see myself having a couple kids in 10 years. I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm old enough to start planning for a family, but young enough to still be young and fresh. So I'll lie somewhere in that range. But within the next 10 years, I definitely want to have consistent, really big clients, like dressing Beyonce all the time, or having my stuff featured on the cover of different magazines like Vogue or Marie Claire, because I've established my studio here in New York and people really know who I am. So that would be amazing. That's how I see my life in the next 10 years.
Yes, you'll get there. Where can we follow you on social media?
So, Bailey, I'm kind of old school, so I don't have that much social media out there, nor do I have the most amount of followers. That's one thing that I really could do for myself, is try to strengthen my social media presence. But right now I do have an Instagram that you can see the majority of my work. My handle is at Teddy Clark, NYC, and pretty much all of my tailoring work and a lot of the highlights from my New York experience are there. And I also have a Facebook page. It's just Teddy Clark. You can find me on Facebook, where I post different things that I'm involved in from time to time, and like I also said, highlights.
Yes, make sure you go follow Teddy Clark on Instagram and Facebook, guys. One lasting impression do you want others to remember about you or think about when they hear the name Teddy Clark?
When people hear Teddy Clark, I want them to remember who Justin was, because in life we go through different transformations, and I definitely went through a transformation from within myself to the outside of who I am. And I want people to remember where you come from, and also believe in where you're going. You may not necessarily believe that your dreams can come true because of how you may have grown up or how people may have told you you were wrong about things. And I think that you have to learn how to find beauty from within and use that to empower you and your purpose. So when people hear Teddy, I want them to remember that fat boy that used to be dressing up at Smith High School and who used to wear the tank tops and the bow ties and wore the crazy colored hair, and think about where I started and look at where I am now and know that that's a testament of God, and this is my purpose, and dreams really do come true if you believe and you put in the work.
Amen, Teddy. Amen.
I didn't mean to preach.
Thank you, Teddy Clark, for being my first male guest on Tea Time with the Queen. Let everyone know one more time who you are.
Oh, we're making history, first male guest. Well, guys,
yes.
My name is Clark, and I am the best celebrity designer and tailor, although you guys don't know who I am yet. But I'll give you some time to catch on. So just stay and follow me, and we're going to ascend to new heights. Trust me.
Yes. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to Tea Time with the Queen. I want to wish every mother out there a happy Mother's Day. I love you all. Stay healthy, stay safe. Until next month, I am Bailey Reese.